In this video, I'm going to be going through all of the exotic cars in the Erlc and telling you which one is the best and which one you should buy. So if you do enjoy, make sure you drop a like, but let's get straight into it. Okay, so just yesterday, we got the new exotic car, which is the Falcon Heritage, and we're going to go through that. But as you can see, there's 4 exotic cars. So there's the Chevron Corvette TZ, there's the Falcon Heritage, the Silhouette Carbon, and the Strugatti Ettore, and now they're all 4 exotic cars, or to put them straight, the Lamborghini Aventador, the Chevrolet Camaro Z1 something, I don't know, the Ford GT, and then the Bugatti Chiron Sport, or yeah, something like that. So we're gonna start off with the cheapest, which is this one, so the Chevrolet Corvette. So I know in last time I did this was quite a while ago, like this kind of video, and I know that in that video I absolutely hated this car. Like I kept calling it the worst car, and in loads of videos after that I kept calling it the worst car as well. And as you can see what just happened there, how I kind of like glitched up the curve. The glitch still happens. I'm gonna be talking about a little bit how it isn't like as bad anymore. So the speed on this car has always been really good. It's a very good car for speed and acceleration, and it's very cheap. The one problem was though, with this like front part just here, I'm not sure if you can see, with this front part it was very low down, and whenever you would like go up to a curb or something, you would just like get stuck on it. Like something like this, the car wouldn't go over it and it would just get stuck and it would just stop there. Don't know what just happened with that cop. I'm probably gonna get pulled over now. I'm gonna join onto my private server because I'm not really role playing right now. I do apologize, but let's just join onto this private server. So as I was talking about with that, it used to be very glitchy when you would go up onto the curbs, and it was very bad, and I kept calling it very bad for that reason. But now the speed is really good. So when we load into the game, I'm going to spawn it back in, and then we're going to do an acceleration test and see what the top speed is, because it has kind of been improved a little bit. Obviously not in terms of the speed, but definitely in terms of how it drives and stuff, so you won't really get glitched anymore. So this car is kind of back on par with the normal one. So let's go down here and do a top speed test. Okay, I'm just going to turn left here, there we go, and let's see what top speed we can reach. So 151 there, as you can see, 151 was the top speed for this one. Now this vehicle is also on the police team as well. I believe it's a little bit faster on the police team. It might be the same, I'm not quite sure how it is, but I know with most of the other police cars they are faster than like the version of it on the civilian team as well. So I'm assuming it's faster, but I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. So this car is alright. Let's go on to the next one, which is, I believe it's the Ford GT that we got yesterday. So I've had a little drive around with this one. I haven't really been able to kind of do too much with it. So if we have a look here, as you can see, this one is very nice. So I love this car quite a lot. It's very detailed, and I love how it looks. It's nice we finally got another exotic car, because we were kind of stuck with just a few for quite a long time. I'm gonna go and paint this to my normal color, and then we'll do a top speed test. I don't actually know the top speed on this one myself. I haven't actually kind of tested it out properly, but we'll go and have a look. I'm not sure how this car will look in this color. I think it looks pretty good. Let me know what you think. This is always my color, pastel blue with black rims. It looks pretty good actually, I quite like it. Let's go and do a top speed test on the same place that we did the other one. We'll turn left down here, and then we'll just take another left down here, like not like that. Okay, let's just go and see what speed we can get to. The acceleration on this doesn't seem too fast, to be honest. Like right now, I mean, I guess it's quite fast actually. Yeah, only 132. 132? Really? Isn't that slower than what the other one was? 150 something I think the Corvette was. So I'm not sure why that is. I've also noticed that the acceleration on it is a little bit slower than the Corvette as well. I think maybe that's just my opinion or how I feel it, but I think it is. That's kind of weird how it's slower. Let me know what you think about that, because I did not expect that. So overall, this car looks great. Now there is one problem I have with it. If we get into the light here, as you can see, I'm gonna make it dark. So as you can see, this car is pretty high compared to the way the wheels are. So I'm not sure if that's just my kind of view on it and my opinion, but I don't know if that looks a little bit too unrealistic, like how high it is. Like I know that it's good because it gives it more suspension, and unlike the Corvette, it won't get stuck on the curves like this. I mean, the Corvette doesn't anymore. Back then it does. I guess when you bump up the curves and stuff, it's fine, but I have a feeling this is what it would look like normally, like the distance from the wheel and the actual body here, but it's actually this, so it's actually quite big. But I'm not sure, that might just be one of my little personal things that I'm not a fan of, but you don't really notice it. I mean, you can kind of when you're looking at it from the side, like when we're driving, you can notice like the big gap between the wheel and the body, and maybe that will be, you know, changed or something in the the future, I'm not too sure, but yeah, that's probably just me being a bit picky. But car is pretty good overall, not a big fan on the speed though. Let's go on to the Lamborghini. So the Lamborghini is definitely my favorite car so far that we've been through, and it has been my favorite car in the game for ages. It's really fast, the handling is really good. Maybe that's because I just drive it all the time and I know how to drive it pretty well, but I love this car. Let's go do a top speed test. I don't really have any complaints. Unlike the Ford GT, I think the distance between the wheel and the body is alright. I think that looks good, but let's do a top speed test. Here we go. So 163 we got to there. It might be a little bit faster, but I think it was about 163 when I did it, but I think it's always been about 163, and to be honest, you'll never ever need to go faster than that, so don't really worry about that. But yeah, I love this car. I don't really have any complaints. I love how it looks. Very kind of sleek. It's very detailed as well. I really like it. But let's move on to the final one, which is the Bugatti. So the Bugatti is, I think it's, what is it, 2 million? It's either 2 million or 1.5 million. I'm not quite sure. And the Lamborghini, by the way, is 890,000, I believe. The Falcon Heritage is about 650,000, and I have absolutely no clue how much the Corvette is. I think it's about 230,000, but I'm not exactly sure. But yes, here we are, the Bugatti, aka the best, quote unquote, best car in the game. It is the fastest. I will kind of spoil that for you now if we go and do a top speed test. You can feel the acceleration is a bit better. I personally, I'm not a huge fan on the way this Bugatti looks. I kind of like the more sleek kind of cars, hence the Lamborghini Aventador and the Ford GT, whereas the Corvette and the Bugatti have like the black stripes over them, and they look a bit like, and they look very sporty. I prefer the sleek cars. Obviously that's just a personal opinion, but let's have a look how fast this goes. So as you can see, it only goes 170. Now we reached 163 on the Lamborghini, so this is what my problem is with these two cars, right? So the Lamborghini is pretty much half of the price of the Bugatti, and as you can see from the speed test we just did, the Lamborghini got to 163 miles per hour and the Bugatti got to 170 at the most. So you're paying double the amount for 7 miles per hour faster. Personally, I do not recommend the Bugatti at all. If you're looking for speed, I don't recommend it. If you want to flex and say that, yeah, I have the best car in the game, the expensivest car in the game, all that, then sure, buy the Bugatti. But it's pretty much double the price of the Lamborghini, and you only get 7 miles per hour faster. So if you think about it, if you buy the Lamborghini, you can literally buy the Ford GT as well, and you might even be able to afford the Corvette. For the if the Bugatti is 2 million, you will literally be able to afford all three of these. If it's 1.5, you'll still be able to afford the Lamborghini and the Ford GT. So honestly, I don't recommend the Bugatti. In terms of the Ford GT, I'm not too sure. I think it's great because it's a newer car to the game and it looks really good, but compared to the speed, it's slower than the Corvette. And the Corvette obviously is a lot cheaper, so I think this one is about triple the price of the Corvette. So if you're looking for speed, again, get the Corvette, but if you're looking for sleekness, then get the Ford GT, and obviously the best car is going to be the Lamborghini. The speed for the price is really good, and obviously in my opinion it looks incredible, but how it looks is obviously your choice to make. But I think the Lamborghini is the best. I would rate it the best exotic car currently in the game. If we get another exotic car, I'll be sure to do another review and see, but so far I've done 2 exotic car things now, and both of the times the Lamborghini has won, so I wonder if anything will overtake it in the near future. But that is going to be all for this video. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like and subscribe. It does help out a lot. Also join my Discord server, links below, and check out my merchandise in my Roblox group. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.